is Emily Robertson. 7 months ago, my family was evacuated in the biggest forest fire in Colorado history. I'm here to share a story with you that changed my life and to tell you how I've grown from it. I'm going to take you through where I was when I found out, what it was like evacuating, and how I've gained a sense of community from this tragedy. So I was at my sister's house when I found out, and we were going to the mall and we saw a smoke cloud in the distance. We didn't really think much of it because it wasn't affecting me at the time. I know 60% of you have known somebody that's gone through a natural disaster or have been in one yourself, and it's a lot different seeing it happen than actually living through it. I watched the news when I got home and realized that it was in my dad's area, and we live in a heavily populated forest area, so it was extremely concerning knowing that there are trees surrounding my house. My dad called me and told us that my little sister was there alone and he didn't know how he was going to get there because the police weren't letting any people back into the area. And so panic started to set in. But then about an hour later he called me again asking what I wanted to get from the house. I know a lot of you said you don't know what you would grab, and that's how I felt. I just figured that we'd take the documents and pictures and things that I couldn't get back if we lost it. My dad and stepmom lived at a friend's house, and my sisters and I stayed at my mom's, which is about a 30-minute drive away. And for about a week, we heard nothing except that the fire was getting bigger and bigger. And we were just left wondering for about a week. And after a week, they started releasing addresses that were listed as total losses, meaning nothing could be recovered from the house. It was basically a pile of ash. And I started panicking a lot. Just the sense of not knowing what's happening to your house at all, not being able to get anywhere near it was extremely terrifying. And then we saw our street name come up on the list of the total lost houses, but our address wasn't on it. My house remained unlisted for about another week. So 2 weeks later, I'm still wondering how my house is. And about a week later than that, so it was about a 3-week period of time, we were allowed to go back into the area. We hadn't heard anything about our house, but when we got there, it came about 5 feet from our house. Both of my neighbors' houses were completely gone, a pile of ashes on the ground, and all that was charred in my house was my yard. It was incredibly humbling knowing that firefighters were standing against my house, spraying water to try and protect it, and that's when I really gained a sense of community. I knew that there were people there fighting for my house, and there were shelters and high schools letting people sleep there if they didn't have a place to stay. There was food being offered. There were kits of things to help clean up your house, and my family definitely volunteered and helped the people that weren't as fortunate as me. And they still are. This is my yard, and it's still completely charred. Houses are being rebuilt. Now that I'm in Arizona and it's different, I just can't even imagine what it's like back home when I go back for breaks. It's really interesting to see how far things have come. All of Colorado has helped because this is a common thing there. Every summer, a giant fire happens. And I just want you guys to know how important giving back to your community is, whether it's your own or another. It's a really great experience, and to just know that things can be lost in the blink of an eye. Thank you.